Hi, Sean Bowman from Auralex Acoustics, Regional Manager of the East Coast, and coming to you from AES 2007 in New York. One of the great new things that we've got here at Auralex to help you with your room acoustics and the sound in your studio is something called the MOPADs. MOPADs are a monitor isolator. It basically decouples your monitors from your desk. Speakers make vibration, that's how they make sound. That vibration is transferred into the objects that it rests on. By decoupling your speaker from your speaker stand or your desk, you really improve the mid to low frequency response. It really cleans up any muddiness that you may hear in a real inexpensive way to make a big difference in your sound. One of the other neat things that we've got is something called the Auralex SmartPak. These are available in some of the standard classic Auralex treatments, the Studio Foam Wedge Pyramid series, also the Leonard bass traps. And what we've done here is that we've made it easier for you to get started with acoustics in your room. One of the other exciting products that we have is the Auralex Space Array Diffuser. This is something that's part of our Part Science product line. Russ Berger teamed up with us about 2 years ago to design some products. Russ is a great studio designer, and when he was doing things in the custom realm, decided, you know, it would be great if we could stock these products, prefabricate them so that they're available to you. And what we're doing with this is diffusing sound in a room. So we're not necessarily absorbing it or taking it away, we're spreading it out in the room. This works great for rear walls and control rooms. Also works great in live rooms, particularly if you're planning to record more acoustic styles of instruments, where it may not necessarily be appropriate to totally absorb or make the room too dead. You want to keep some of that character or life in the room. This is a great way to do it. One of the other exciting things we have about regarding the Space Array is that now these are Class B fire rated. So they'll definitely meet any building codes that you need. This is a solid wooden product, so again, very exciting that now these are Class B fire rated as well. Another option that we have, part of the Auralex series, is the new SonoSeude panels. SonoSeude, as you can kind of see here, is a compressed fiberglass panel. It's an absorbent panel, and we've wrapped it in a faux suede. And what this really helps with is pass the wife factor, or pass the wife test. You know, this is something that aesthetically looks very nice, and you can do this in your living room or some, you know, a casual living space. Really helps control the acoustics. We've got 1-inch panels that help more with the mid to high frequency range. And then we've got additional 2-inch corner traps that help more with mid to low frequencies. And one of the nice things we've done with these two is we've kind of prepackaged them in a few kits so that it makes it easy to figure out what you need. Based on the idea that we use similar to the MOPADs, we're decoupling speakers from the objects that they're resting on. When speakers make sound, they're making vibrations, and those vibrations can not necessarily be as accurate as you want, because they're not the speaker making the sound. It's maybe the desk that's vibrating or the floor that's vibrating. So what we've done is created some easy-to-use products, very inexpensive, that really dramatically help improve the accuracy of the sound in your room. The MOPADs, which we touched on earlier, are a perfect example of this. We also have a product called the Gramma. Gramma is a guitar isolation riser. Basically what we've done is we've used the same material as we did for the MOPADs to decouple studio monitors. We've used them now for guitar amps or maybe stage monitors. Things that really help improve the sound by decoupling it. You know, you may have your guitar amp on a hollow plywood stage. Those vibrations are transmitting in there and really making the mid to low end a little bit muddy. So placing the guitar amp on something like a Gramma or again the stage monitor can really help improve the accuracy. And then if you've got a larger you know, guitar cabinet, we've also got the great Gramma series. Works great for 412 cabinets or bass rigs. Another neat item taking that same idea and now applying it to drums is something called the Hover Deck. Hover Deck is great for decreasing sound transmission, great for improving accuracy across the kit because we're minimizing vibrations, for example, from the kick drums to the you know, floor tom, also to the snare. We're decoupling those off the floor, and we're also minimizing the vibration that would carry across the kit. So if you've got microphones that are, you know, also attached to drums, you don't necessarily want that vibration from the kick pedal to be transferred into those other mics. This is a great way to do it. One of the best things about Auralex is that we leave the guesswork, or we keep the guesswork out of figuring out what acoustics are going to work best from your room. We have a free room analysis service you can get off Auralex.com. You can work with some of our Auralex engineers to figure out what treatment's going to work well for your room. Auralex has been in the business for 30 years, and we really like to rely on that experience to help you get the best sound you can.